Excuse me. Bubba boy. What's up? What's up? Anybody out there? Bubba boy. There we go. Got my boy. He's famous on the internet. Oh yeah. Hey, got somebody out there watching. Let me know who you are. Drop a chat. Let me know what's going on. Say hi to my boy here. Let me know who's watching out there, doing a little live stream on your Saturday, hanging out. Hey, what's up, Aaron? How's it going, man? Decided to hop on here and do a little bit of a live hangout. Didn't have a video going on today or anything like that, and thought it'd be good to just chill with you guys, see what's going on in your afternoon, evening for your Saturday. I'm at the house. Dog just got back from the groomer. Took him down there. He took a long nap, and wife's out on a girls' night, so I thought I'd come hang out with you guys. There's 3 of you showing up now. How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. What is this behind me? What is this? The pictures. Hang with kids on a rainy day. Right on. You guys doing anything fun? Is it like just an indoor day? Three of you. So other 2 folks right here. Say hi. Talk to me. Right now I'm just sitting in the living room. Dog's kind of being a whiny, playing with slime. Like the Nickelodeon type of stuff, or like homemade slime like we used to do when we were kids, like back in school. I remember we had to make slime with glue and add food coloring to it and all that stuff back in elementary days. But that's cool though, either way. I remember Nickelodeon Gak. That was good stuff. I've been wanting to do a live stream for a few days now. I was going to do one at the mall the other day. Hi, hanging with the cat. Store-bought, they had to have it. That's funny, store-bought. Had to have it, of course, being kids. Hanging with the cat. Hanging with the dog. As you can see, he's... Look, buddy. Say hi to the people. He just got a haircut, and he's going blind, for those folks who out there who don't know. He's losing his sight, so he may not look at you, talk to you. He's a good old boy. Yeah, he's a good old boy. He had a hard day at the groomers, though. Hard day of being pampered. Came home and decided to relax and take a little nap. But he's going to be 14 soon, you guys. He's going to be 14 years old. Oh, he's looking right at you. Wow, there you go. Sweet pup. Yep, he is. He was my wife's and her sister's pup when I started coming around. He was 2. Now he's 14. He's got thyroid problems. He's on a slew of medication. And right now he's a little tired guy. I'll put him down here, let him rest. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead and grunt up and nap up. But that's cool, Aaron. Playing with some slime with the kiddos. And playing with the cat. Mom. That was my mom. Oh, Mary. That's my mom. Hanging with her cat. So 2 of you. Or 3 of you now showing up again. There was 2, and then it jumped back to 3. Who's this mysterious 3rd person? Let me know in the chat. Say hello. 3 of you, though. Yeah, like I was saying, I've been wanting to do a live stream for a few days now. I wanted to... I was going to do one from the mall the other day. We were walking around. But then, kind of got in the moment with... my wife, and decided, well, better pay more attention to her and not talk to the peeps. So I figured since she was out right now, hop on here for a little bit, see what everybody's doing, see how many people we can get to come in. Right now, we got a whopping 3, but that's fine. I like talking to you guys. like having a little discussion. Better than sitting here talking to the dog who doesn't talk back except for when he wants food. Doesn't like being bothered when he's sleeping. Anyway, how's the how'd the work week go, Aaron? How'd that do for you? For anybody who's just sliding in, welcome. Post videos as much as I can. It's been really rainy though lately, so I had posted a video recently. If you guys haven't seen that, big storm hit the area. I got a video of that and some footage of it. Brutally long. What about you? I wouldn't say brutal, but the work week was definitely tiring. But that's always when you start to get older. By Friday though, like it was just like time was just inching away. It was definitely not moving very quickly at all. Back is hurting though. Back, surprisingly, the legs are feeling pretty good today, but the back is. It's always in a constant state of what the heck's going on here. Remember when we used to be young? But yeah. Let's say, oh, somebody's commenting on my Facebook too. I thought it was coming in with the chat. Oh, I got fourth person in here. 4. Drop comment. Let me know who you guys are. Join the chat. Welcome in. But I keep getting sidetracked. Yeah, I was going to do a live stream and then didn't. I was going to be at the mall and do it, walk around, show you guys some stuff. And then, yeah, I haven't been getting any. I didn't have a video really planned for this weekend because the weather's been so crummy. So I got that video where, if you guys saw it already, if you didn't, go check it out. But nasty storm hit our area. And, hey, Aaron. No, Aaron. Aaron. But yeah, what was I saying? But yeah, the storm's coming in mixed with just cruddy weather and long work week, I guess, just a work week. Didn't really have nothing planned for a video for today, but if you guys want to check out the last video, it's up there. Got more content coming on the way because next weekend, flying to New Orleans, solo mission, solo trip. Little backstory behind that is my wife has a friend who works for Disney, and so she can get 3 people into the park or something like that for free. So my wife's been to Disney twice this year on, free, except for paying for her food and splitting hotel costs and things like that. So when she got back on her second trip, she was like, I need you to take a trip somewhere. It's just not fair. You're sitting at home with the dog, because one of us had to hang back for the dog's sake. And so she's like, you need to go somewhere. Pick somewhere you want to go. Anywhere in the country. And so I narrowed it down to New Orleans because I've never been there for one, and I love Cajun food and seafood, and I'm going down there to get my fill. And I'll be down there for a couple days of sightseeing, a couple days worth of travel. So vlogs are coming from that is for sure. But right now, didn't have nothing for today, so sorry about that, guys. Thought we'd just hop on live anyway. I've been wanting to do this. Who's that fourth person? Who's that third person, actually? I've got Aaron, Mary, my mom. That's my mom. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. I've already got my itinerary planned. Yeah, me too. I'm a fan of... You want down? He's going to his little bed to lay down now. I think he's tired of me being in his ear. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to raw oysters. I'm looking forward to jambalaya, crawfish etouffee. I'm looking forward to po' boys. I mean, I got to kind of space it out, of course, so I'm not just overeating while I'm down there, but I'm looking forward to just pigging out a little bit and then walking the sites, Bourbon Street, Jackson Square, riding streetcars, the whole deal. I've kind of got like my whole mission planned. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is I do have a 5-hour layover in North Carolina. So I'm contemplating going somewhere, but just really depends, like, to kill time. But if anything, I'll just make a video at the airport showing you guys all around it, because why not? Oh, and now we're down to 2 again. Our mysterious third and fourth person dropped out without even saying hello. What's up with that? Come on back, guys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this trip a lot. I think it's going to be educational because I'm, informative, and because there's just so much culture down there, and I want to learn as much as I can. I love music, and there's supposed to be tons of live music. Like, I'm going to hit the ground running as soon as I get into my Airbnb, the plan is to literally drop off my bag and head straight to Frenchman Street because there's live music there 7 days a week, and I'm just going to hit up a bar and grab a mocktail. I'm not really feeling the liquor, maybe a beer, like an actual beer, and just sit there and enjoy myself, and then head back and then start the day off early. Get some beignets. Cafe Du Monde is on the list. I think that's a bit of an institution or a touristy staple. But I've got some other plans too. I'm just gonna try to squeeze in 2 days worth of stuff, but also not kill myself on this because it's supposed to be a trip or a vacation of sorts, a little solo trip. Thanks for the like, whoever dropped the like there just now. Appreciate that. Do appreciate you guys stepping in, liking. If you guys are interested in content, I want you guys to check out my long form videos. I make at least trying to do more than one video a week. I think I've been doing pretty good, making about 3 videos a week anymore. So go check those out. Other than that, enjoy the live. Dog was with me just now, but he decided he was going to go lay in his little bed. Hey, another like. Appreciate that, guys. Dropping that like. It just helps out the channel even more. But, yeah, come hang out with me. Just hanging out on a Saturday. It's rainy. I didn't feel like going and doing much. Had to get the dog to the groomers. So other than that, I got back home fairly quick. And there's really just, when it's muggy, like it was muggy this morning with the rain. Now it's kind of cold with the rain. So I'm just kind of not feeling like I need to go anywhere or do anything too crazy. A little laundry. Did some of that. Little lunch. Other than that, let me know what's going on in your lives. I know you're out there. I can see you. They're right here on the top of the screen. It tells me the likes, and it tells me who's in here. At least it tells me people. It doesn't tell me who's actually in here. I wish it did that. That way I could call people out when they're not talking. Also, you guys can't see it, but right in front of me is a big screen TV, and I'm logged into my wife's account so I can watch and see how goofy I look and how much I touch my face, rub my nose, rub my eyes. It's kind of what I do in my videos. I've noticed I've been called out for stuff like that. I've also been called out for saying certain things like phrases or whatever. So, I guess there's that too. I'm also on a delay when like right now, I'm just now starting to point up at you guys. So it's on a bit of a delay. So just to give you a little insider secret, you're on some sort of a delay right now, but yet you're commenting. So maybe my TV's just on a delay. Like a 10-second delay, like when I was in radio. That'd be cool. What's up, buddy? My dog doesn't know what he wants to do. Anyway, guys, if you're just joining us, step in. My name's John. I created the day off as a channel to share my experiences with you on my days off from work. It is a hobby channel. I take no money from this. Maybe one day we may cash in a little check here and there, but not something I'm, trying to make full time. It's just something I do as a hobby. I love making content and videos, and I was originally a broadcasting major and have a degree in editing videos and stuff like that. So now that there's a platform like this, I feel like it's just kind of more of a hobby now instead of that. But yeah, long time food worker. So you're gonna see food on this channel. You're gonna see me mostly stuffing my face or going and doing different activities. But I started this channel to just share my experiences with you on days off, and then it's somehow segued into more of like days on, days off. Like it's basically whenever I feel like making a video. And so now the name The Day Off has turned into more of just like I guess like the brand name and a sort. So again, it's a brand that's not taking any money though. So what do you want to do? But anyway, guys, just follow me on my not so lazy journeys and stuff, and enjoy it. Sometimes I take you guys to work with me. We talk about interesting things, and sometimes we talk about basic stuff. Then on days off, we just go and do stuff. Or for instance, this. Now there's 4 of you here, guys. Drop a comment if you're new. Drop a comment, Aaron, if you're still here. Mom, hey man, Mom, start talking. Although I think she's typing on her phone, so that might be a little too hard, to keep chiming in on the phone and while watching at the same time. and not watching it on her television, but watching on her phone and typing. So totally understandable. Plus, you're hanging out with your cat. I get that. But wanted to pop in, guys. It's alive. It's alive for your Saturday. Got a big fish behind me. Still here giving my kids cookies from their sewing kit tins. I'm just watching you. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. You're giving your kids cookies from their sewing kit tins. What does that mean? Like, what do you mean? Like the butter cookies, like they sell in the stores, like those little awesome tasting like grandma cookies. I grew up with those things. They're freaking delicious. Yeah, elaborate on that one for me, because what do you mean they're sewing kit tins? And big shout out if your kids are watching too. I know you guys said, you told me one time in the comment that you, your wife, and your kids kind of all watch, so I appreciate that. Yep, you nailed it. Like, okay, so like the grandma butter tins, man, those things are so rad. The butter cookies, like in the blue tins from the grocery store, I grew up eating those as a kid, like all the time. Not only just at my grandma's, I just associate them with older people because, or elderly people, because I always had them at my grandma's. But man, I still love those things. I don't eat them nearly as much as I would. I shouldn't say I should as much as I would, but they are awesome. They're freaking tasty, and they're not like, too overbearing, but they got this nice little buttery taste and sugary taste, but not like covered in chocolate and and all this other stuff that they put in stuff anymore. Although now with the government, with their new changes in food coloring and stuff coming our way, who knows what things are going to start looking like, I guess, from appearance wise, but hopefully they still have the great taste come in the future. But yeah, as I was saying, Aaron, you told me your wife and the kids and all of you guys watch my vlogs, so I appreciate it. So shout out to the kids, shout out to your wife. They're great, and I don't think I've ever bought them before today. No way. I got a 10 of them here at the house. I'm going to have to come up for a visit here. I know I haven't really gotten to make a visit this week, but the weather's been crap. But you may have just lost your 10 of cookies there, Mom. No, I'm only kidding, but I am planning on come up here because I just been waiting for this weather to pass. It's just too icky to drive when I don't necessarily, have to be anywhere so crazy. Plus, you've been sick, so yeah. Shout out to my mom. She's been going under the weather. Give her some thoughts. Give her some prayers. You've never bought those though until today, Aaron. Oh my goodness, you are missing out. Did you ever go get that Shelby Joe's sauce for Sloppy Joe's? Remember I made a video about that and you said I got to go buy this stuff. Hoping you got that and fed your family. That lady, kids are definitely on my lap watching with me. Oh, awesome. I'm assuming you have littles. Like, I can't remember. I remember at the track you told me you had kids that they were getting older. But I'm assuming if they're on your lap, they're young kids. Well, shout out to the littles. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to make sure my content is family friendly and as clean as possible. I do apologize if there's been occasional profanity in words and things, profanity in videos, because the other day when I got caught in that storm, when I was trying to get out of my car and run into that nail salon my wife was in, it was shaking my car. I did drop a choice word because it was freaky. And I also didn't even realize until my wife told me. But my grandma always had them. Now I never seen the sauce in store. Oh, you never got to see the Shelby Joe sauce. Oh, that's such a bummer. It's down at that Walnut Creek Farm and Cheese store on 39 in Walnut Creek. It's in the very back of the store. 2 4-year-olds. Oh, cool. Wow. Little ones. Appreciate you guys. I mean, wow, that's 4. That's a great age to be right now. I hope that you guys are thinking about how awesome your parents are, because they not only because they watch the videos, but because of how awesome they are to give you cookies and to just put a roof over your heads. I met your dad. I don't know if he told you, but I did meet your dad at a gas station recently, and swell guy. Does not look like his profile picture that's here on YouTube, so that caught me off guard. And it was like very early, so I was walking through a gas station, and I'm pretty sure it was like 6 in the morning with a hot dog in my hand. so I wasn't filming. And but yeah, quality, good guy. Make sure you're always well respecting your parents because he's out there working hard every single day to provide for you guys. And it shows. I met him and his boss, Arlen. Swell guys. And so make sure you're always being respectful to your parents. And don't sweat it. They've heard worse when I fix things. That's funny. Yeah, but I do got to, try to maintain a certain image on here. I'm not like the Logan Pauls and like the Jack Dohertys and the more I don't know how to call what you would call that YouTube. It's a little attention seeking, a little attention grabbing. Now they are millionaires doing this. So there's that, but do I want to sell my soul and my ethics and my morals for the fact that I could be a millionaire and just cheese people off? No. I mean, I'm happy with what I do. I'm happy with the content I'm putting out. I would like to just be able to do more of it all the time. That would be great. But, it's the day off. It's when I do things, as much as I can because I'm doing it when I'm not working on break times even. But yeah, as I was telling you kids, if they're watching right now, always be respectful of your parents. Your pops is working hard right now for you. And I met him. So always respect your parents. Don't give him a hard time. He's out there busting his butt for you early in the mornings. I mean, this is and him and Arlen look like they were putting in some hard work. And I don't know if I could do what they were doing. I mean, that's like concrete and construction stuff. My back hurts enough as it is. So the moral of the story to your 4-year-olds who are watching right now and listening, your dad's a good dude. It was very awesome. It was very great to meet him. Like I said, he's very tall, though. If I'm going to share something on the inside, very tall. Caught me off guard, and especially for that early in the morning, I was very confused. And we had an event going on at work, and we had customers that were coming into town, and I didn't know who was who at the time. My brain was completely scattered. But yes, we got to get a little handshake and a little chat. It was awesome. And I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. Like, I'm always out. I mean, I'm here. I'm in Amish country. So surprised I just haven't been out and about on the town, even when I'm not shooting a video and bumping into people. I think I've met 3 subscribers total. But to be fair, 2 of them were at Holy Moly, and they just subbed because they found out I was making videos there, and then Holy Moly shared it. So I don't know if we can really count that. I'm actually curious to know what video you found me in that kind of got you to subscribe, Aaron. Because I don't know. I know you came in and chimed in on a video, not this winter, but last winter when I was filming at that apparel store that was abandoned in Newcomerstown. And you had chimed in with a comment. I remember you said barbershop because I couldn't read what the word said on the building next to it. But was that like your first video? I can't remember. It's been like 2 years now or something. Or no, it's been like a year and a half. It's wild. I can't believe I've been doing YouTube already. Sitting here badgering on. Been off the topic. We're back to 4 people though, guys. Back to 4 people. Drop a comment. Let me know who you are. What is this? Oh, wait, no, it's okay. It's comment settings. It kept saying, do I want to change the settings? No, I want to talk to people. But I forget where we were all at. I was kind of getting off topic. We're talking about all sorts of stuff there, though. Butter cookies from the sewing tin. Meeting your pops for Aaron and his littles. 4 years old. Are they twins? You got 2 4-year-olds. Are they twins? I'm just curious. Also, pretty sure the first one I watched was The Eclipse. I don't think so, because The Eclipse, I remember you chiming in because you said the truck, your company truck drove by in my video when I was heading out of, into Sugar Creek. But I'm pretty sure that you chimed in on that video from the apparel store, and I think that was before The Eclipse. But I make a lot of videos, and I was only doing one a week at that time. And then the occasional, like the eclipse video, special video, twins. Awesome. That's cool. That's awesome, man. Congratulations, though. Two twins, you know, two babies. I guess that's how it works with twins, two babies. But I think that video, I was only doing one a week, and then the eclipse video would have been like a special extra video at the time because I just didn't have time to make more than one video. And I think I did that and just rushed home, got the eclipse. My wife had went to her father-in-law's, and at the time, our mother-in-law, you know, or my mother-in-law, she was still living at the time, so she was doing the eclipse thing with all like the whole family up north. I was here by myself, so like I did the work day, rushed home, got the eclipse on camera, saw it. But I'm pretty sure that the apparel store in the wintertime was before that. I went on a backlog viewing tear. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. See, that's the thing. You post the videos, and sometimes, I mean, I got people who are commenting on some of my early videos still, kind of like that, or just now discovering some of like the video at Hartville, the video at another flea market, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's true. Well, the eclipse video was the very first one that you found it. That's awesome. I'm glad that that worked out because you've been a pretty loyal commenter. You and that fella Bob that's out there in Coshocton, he chimes in pretty often, but I think I found his video because I like paramotor videos and started commenting on his stuff first. I'm not sure, but awesome though. You got two babies, 4-year-olds. That's great, man. Twins. That'll be fun when they become teenagers. uh, oh man, good evening though, everybody. Time are we at? It's probably about 6 o'clock, I'm assuming. Wife's out for girls' night, so hanging out with you guys today. 3 people in the chat, or 3 people here watching. 2 people in the chat, one being my mother. So, who's our mysterious third person? Come along, dive into the live. I am touching my face a lot. I've noticed I'm watching myself again on that TV behind me, and it must just be like a nervous tick of some sort, or just, I don't know. But anyway, just a little hangout. If you guys got any questions about my content or just questions in general, drop those. Turn this into a bit of a Q&A or something like that. It says on my YouTube analytics there are 9,063 subscribers. And I post my videos on Facebook and in Reddit and stuff like that. And at one point I had 10,000 subscribers. And then YouTube triggered their software for when they go basically get rid of deactivated accounts or accounts that are no longer active. And they also get rid of spam accounts. And I think I ended up reading like a lot of like Reddit subforums about how when you post your videos to different sites, spam profiles come on to the they basically spam profiles will attach themselves to your channel. So I don't even know if I really have 9,000 subs because I don't get that many views on videos to match that. So there only might be a couple hundred of you out, but that's perfectly fine too. So, but there are 3 of you in the live right now. So my third person, I need you to come in and say something. Say hello. Say your favorite hot dog condiment. You know, drop a little number. We've been here for going on 30 minutes already on the live. Hanging out. Are you allowed to film the tours you lead where you work? No, I am not. I am actually the only reason why I film outside in the break room that I'm in or in the parking lot or my car is because once you go onto our production facility, there are no cameras allowed because one, I wouldn't if I'm in the production facility, it's because I'm working. It's the only time that I'm in there. So like if you're not on the production floor, you're on break, and so you're expected to be working when you're on the production floor. So when I go out to break, I'm just not just hanging out on the floor. Another reason is there could be product information that we don't want to get out to our competitors. And so they don't allow cameras or videos or flash photography. As a matter of fact, when I go over the rules, when we show our customers and school groups tours, I actually have to go over a rule sheet. And the last rule on the paper is no photography, no video with your camera or smartphone anywhere on the production floor, because they don't want any type of product information to get out there. They don't want our competitors to see how we make things, how we manufacture things. And so, nope. Plus, I don't know how comfortable people would be being on camera, since, I mean, we don't give them a disclaimer. Like, we don't put them in promotional materials and things like that. So we'd have to get a lot of, I imagine, like waivers and permissions and things like that to be signed. I even try to be respectful to my coworkers, not put them in videos unless they would want to be. I had one girl who was in a video recently. But yeah, not allowed to film tours, not allowed to film on the production floor, period. Hope that answers your question. It was a little long-winded. Drop more of those, though. That was good. Today's sponsor for the live, not really, is Sam's Club Water. Buy the big 40 packs. Are you guys watching on your phones, or you're watching on your television? What are you guys watching on? Try to scoot up a little bit. Hang out. Try to sit up proper. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. We have a lot of competition. And so, you know, we don't want our secrets, our trade secrets, to get out there. And until they actually ever want to make me a member of, like, maybe the sales team or marketing team or something like that, because I've pitched this to them. I've pitched this to them many times, that I would love to create content for our company, like YouTube videos and stuff. But I just don't think they're interested in it that much. At least not YouTube. I think they're wanting to dive into the world of TikTok, and I'm not into TikTok at all. I've been pretty vocal about that. My wife has said that I need to get more involved in putting my stuff on TikTok to really get more subscribers and branch out. But I just have no energy for TikTok. I had TikTok and watched like lives like this and people videos and stuff, and it's short, it's sweet, whatever, but it's just, there's something about it I'm just not into. And I think that's where my company's wanting to dive on that trend of TikTok and not so much YouTube. And so that's fine, that's fair. I just hope that I'm hoping to get into more of a customer role. Like, since I am a people person, and I give our tours to our customers and schools now, which is great. But Monday through Friday, I'm on the production floor, and it's not bad. I love what I do, and I love the people I work with, but I want to be more customer centered, more focused, and I'd be happy doing something like product sales. I think I could really sell a bunch of our products to people, and who knows? I mean, maybe one day TikTok, thumbs down. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, sorry guys, just kicked my stand on. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, I've doom scrolled is what they call it, I believe, when you're just constantly watching TikToks. I've been caught up in that before, but I just have no desire to shorten my videos and make snippets for it. And like, my wife's trying to help me and push me to do more Instagram, and I'm getting better at it, but it's not like constant reels and things like that. And I think there's only like 71 people over there right now following, which is great. But I mean, I'm just not making an impact there just yet, because I'm trying to also just make videos. And I don't know if you guys realize it, but just when you're working a full-time schedule and you're also filming, editing, and uploading, that takes a lot of time after work, you know. And I'm just dedicated to doing just the one platform. So then trying this idea of trying to do that plus TikTok, nah. It just doesn't, and plus, again, TikTok just doesn't appeal to me. I see where a lot of companies now are doing TikTok lives for product sales, and I think that's maybe why my company wants to. I don't know for sure. But I would love to do like behind the scenes videos of our company and like customer engagement and stuff like that, and like really put a spotlight on our staff and our customer base and put that on YouTube. But until they want that, I'll just be making the products, getting them out there, and hoping my back continues to work for the next however long this is going on, or until something opens up in our sales department. I jump on that like crazy. 35 minutes into the live, guys. 2 likes and 3 people in here. Let me know who you are. We got Aaron. We got my mom. Who are you, you mysterious third person? It's probably my wife sitting at the restaurant with her friends watching, and they're all probably laughing. I don't know. The mysterious third person, though. Reveal yourself, unless you're... Are you a spam profile, like I mentioned? No. I don't know. I don't know how this works with YouTube lives, though. I mean, you go live, but are people specifically scrolling lives, or are they subs to your channel? I mean, I don't know how that all works too. Like, is it kind of like YouTube trying to rip off TikTok? I'm not 100% sure. I can tell you one thing I'm sure about. It's only like 6 o'clock, and I'm ready to hit the pillow already. Tad bit. I think it just has to do with the fact that it's cold and raining. Something about a pillow and a comforter. Sounds pretty awesome. Is it your wife's account that you're watching your cell phone? I'm on my cell phone with the video live with my account, and then I'm logged into my wife's account on the television to watch the live stream, because for some reason, if I were on my account on the television, it doesn't show my channel and doesn't, like it would, you know how you have your subscribers list? I don't pop up on a subscriber list, and I can't watch my own videos, basically. I can go back and watch them on my account afterwards, but as far as a live stream, no, I went to her account and just went to the live, and it's streaming on my television right now, and that's how I can see myself. But I'm watching you on my phone right now. I can see you on both. I've got you on both platforms. I really just had it on the TV to see how it looked on a television. And so it looks good on a TV, and it's coming through on my phone right now. I just wanted to see how I looked on TV. That's one. And also, I wanted to see how many times I'm doing something goofy, like touching my face, rubbing my lips, touching my nose, touching the bridge of my glasses, all this stuff. See, touch the wall, then a second later, 5 seconds later, 10 seconds later, something like that. Actually, it's a really long time. That's weird. And what's funny is sometimes it'll buffer on the television. And so now it's like timed out on the TV. I'm just going to go back, start it back again, and it'll work, usually. And then, then I'm still sitting here saying I'm live 38 minutes in. And now that I restarted it, it looks like the delay is actually only a couple. It's actually like 2 seconds behind now. Anyway, guys, hang out, share the live, share my content, share the videos on your Facebooks. If you have Facebook, I know it's now, my sister calls it, my youngest sister calls it the old person internet. I told her that the old person internet was not having internet. But for me, I remember the old social media days, even before MySpace, if you guys remember that, was Zanga. I was a Zanga guy in college. TV's how we usually watch it, but you can't comment. Yeah. So you guys are probably watching it on the phone now. If you kick it onto the TV and just hit the mute button, well, now you've got me on the TV, and you can comment on the phone. Yep. But yeah, I was there for the Zanga days, if you guys even remember that. I'm almost 40 though, so I don't know where you guys are at with your internet privileges and growing up with internet and stuff. My first time I had the internet was at a local library, and the first website I ever logged on to was worldchampionshipwrestling.com, WCW, long before Vince McMahon bought them and the WWF owned them. They had their own website, and it was probably the most clip art pixelated stuff you'd ever see, with pictures and talking about Saturday Night Live, TNT, and Monday Night Nitro, all that stuff. And then there was Pepsi.com. For some reason, Pepsi had good marketing back then, and I went to their website. So those were like the first two websites I ever logged on to. And it was at a local library. And I remember the first time learning how to do email and stuff. So we've come a long way. Maybe too much because, we got TikTok. Oh, man. Hope you guys enjoyed your Saturday, though. I'm glad I get to hang out with a few of you. I know my mom will sit here and watch this until I literally log out, and then she'll message me or call me or something. I don't know. I'm just going to hang out until basically either get too tired or my wife calls. But I had no plans today. Don't feel like just sitting here being a drone and watching TV. And it's too wet and cold right now to go outside. Just not feeling it. But again, I've also been wanting to do a live for a little while. I'd like to try to do more live streams, more videos. I just love it. I just love doing the YouTube stuff. Library gang and printing out directions. Yeah, MapQuest. MapQuest. I remember printing out directions to MapQuest, missing an exit, and not knowing how the hell to get anywhere afterwards. Yeah, like you take the wrong exit and then you have no idea. And then I got one of those Garmin GPSs, and that thing would always be a constant reset. And now when I think of Garmin, I think of like fishing gear. Like I think they make like fishing radars and stuff, and I don't know if that's what they were doing before the GPS or that's what they do now, but like literally I watched this guy here on YouTube. If you've never heard of Mav, oh man, his channel's awesome. He does ice fishing, he does truck camping. It's just, his content's so great, and he's got like 2 million subscribers, maybe more. And he'll put out these videos from these ice shacks in Minnesota, and they're all Garmin brand. I remember the first time though that I got a Garmin, it just kept saying, make a U-turn. And I'm like, you can't make U-turns in Ohio. Come on. And stuff like that. It was just horrible. But MapQuest, yeah, you mess up an exit and you didn't have a regular map to try to get you around, you're toast. You're toast. Yep. Library internet though. And because when I was in high school, I grew up in the sticks of southeastern Ohio. And we had this company that controlled the internet. It was like Best Internet Providers, has this stupid little dog logo. Not that the dog is stupid. I'm just saying like their internet provider was awful because no websites could be used. It had such serious security blocks on it, and you couldn't get on anything. Even educational websites you had trouble getting on. And I remember using it and getting nowhere and having to go to the library, and you had free reign of anything. Where was I going with that? But yeah, those the early internet days. I don't know. I think I just forgot what I was talking about there, though. 4 of you again. Who are the mysterious 2? Who are the mysterious 2 that are not contributing to the chat? Chime in. If you don't want to talk to me, talk to Aaron and my mom. They're here. I'll just watch you guys talk. You do the work. Sorry, guys. I'm just pretty tired. Although I'm not wanting Sunday to be here just yet because that means we got to get right back into the Monday rotation. But I am looking forward to the big trip to New Orleans. I am leaving. I'm going to do Mother's Day stuff with my mom on Saturday. I know she's watching, so I can't reveal any plans. but we're going to go hang out mostly and probably eat and chill and relax. And Sunday, I've got to fly out. I'm flying out again, North Carolina. Be hanging out there for a good bit. And I low key want to go to Cameron Indoor Stadium where the Duke Blue Devils play. But it's a Sunday, and I get the feeling it's going to be locked up. So I'm actually going to call their security and admit their offices this like Monday afternoon, and see if it's possible at all. Busy making corn dogs for the kids, cookies, corn dogs, hanging out on your lap. I mean, I don't want to sit on your lap, but if you're making corn dogs and giving cookies, I'm there, man. You know, I'll be over shortly. I'll figure out where you live. No, that sounds insanely weird and threatening. No, I'm all about corn dogs though, and I haven't had one in a minute. And so corn dogs and butter cookies, bring it on. Bring it on. But anyway, I was thinking about going to go see the Cameron Indoor Stadium where the Duke Blue Devils play, but it's a Sunday. And I'm going to call their offices Monday and see if it's even possible to get in at all, because I'm not going to go waste my time taking it's only 20 minutes from the airport I'm going to be at, but I'm not going to waste an Uber ride over there just to take pictures from the outside, I don't think. I mean, I think it would still be cool, but I really want to see Coach K court if I'm going to do it. And if she's watching, shout out to Aaron's missus. Pack your bags, your trip. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got an email from Airbnb. It's weird talking about New Orleans. My Airbnb reminder. These people, by the way, where I'm staying, have been awesome. Like, they've gone above and beyond. They've messaged me. They're telling me about local attractions. They're telling me, you know, great restaurants and stuff I've already done research on, but they're like really going above and beyond to make sure I have a wonderful stay. So I'm looking forward to hanging out in these people's houses and giving them a full YouTube review of what they've offered. And I'm excited to help talk about where they're at, so you guys can go stay there too. That's a plan for a video. But yeah, as I was saying, Erin, if the missus is watching, hello. Does she have her own account? Tell her to chime in. Hello. You know, we'll get the whole couple involved. The 4-year-olds, they're not going to be able to chime in just yet. Although kids are pretty smart, man, with the internet these days. They know more about it than how to get on it and do stuff than I do. Shirt keeps freaking falling down. I'm trying to lose weight, so wearing some shirts to try to fit a little better. Need to lose weight so I can continue to shrink down and wear other old shirts of mine again. That'd be great. That's why I'm not eating corn dogs and butter cookies. 5 people now in here. 5. We've left the 4 horsemen, the Flairs, the Andersons, and all that stuff, the Tully Blanchards, and now we're up to 5. Count them 5. She's at work right now. It's dad meals tonight. Hey, respect, man. Got to get him fed. She's working that second shift life. Oof. Did that for many years in the restaurant life. Worked in the pizza shops and the restaurants for years doing that. And I am so happy right now to have a job that's not only first shift, but a job that also gives weekends off. This is unheard of. When I was a sous chef, you're like second in command next to the executive chef, and I was salary. That's another thing. Forget salary. Because you'll get worked like a dog. And I did. I was at work all the time and just did not have much of a social life. And now I've been at my job for the last 5 years. I'm accustomed to weekends off and holidays off, and for the bulk of my life, that was unheard of. And there was a real part of my life one time when I had two jobs for a while. But I had the fun job during the day, which was a radio DJ, and at night it was the restaurant, and I did that all the time. 5 days a week, 6 days a week sometimes. And then basically, when I met my wife and we started dating, I would get both of my jobs to allow me to have the same 2 days off. I somehow finagled my schedule, and I drove hours to come be with her. And then we got together, got serious, and I made the change of moving. And I moved to this wonderful area of full of Amish people and full of just quietness and peacefulness. And I worked in the restaurants up here for a while. And the rest is history. Now I work in a manufacturing facility. It's hard work. It's good work. But set schedule every day. First shift and weekends off. So giving your wife some praise and some credit. Continue out there to do them second shift jobs. Fun. Dad meals, though. Dad meals are cool. I get it. I didn't have dinner yet today. We had lunch, and I'm not even hungry. I'm at the point where I'm just like so tired of food. What station did you DJ at? I was the morning drive host for out in Nelsonville, Ohio, which is about 2 hours southeast now of where we live now. But I'm originally from Athens County, a little coal mining town outside of Athens, and lived in Columbus off and on for years. Lived in Tampa, Florida for a little bit too. But when I decided to go back to school and finish my broadcasting degree, it was in Nelsonville, Ohio, Hocking College. And I got a job at the radio station that was in town after doing my internship there. So I was the morning drive guy for WAIS WSEO Radio. We were a country music station. They're still in operation. They just changed ownership. And at the time I was there, it was kind of poorly managed, but at the same time, I had fun. I was getting paid crap money, and that's why I had to have a second job. But honestly, I was so burnt out in the restaurant field at the time. I didn't have to work restaurants full time, and so I took that radio gig because, one, I finished my degree, and they offered it to me. And even though the money wasn't great, it still provided me enough income to where I didn't have to work the restaurant at the time because of being burnt out. Didn't have to work the restaurant full time, so I worked there by day, and then I worked out in the Hocking Hills by night with one of the best chefs in all of Ohio. But shout out to Chef Matt if he happens to be watching. I know we're Facebook buddies. He knows I have this channel. But easily best chef in Ohio. Amazing baker too. But I didn't have, at that time, I was so burnt out on restaurant work that I was just doing it very, 4 or 5 hours a night. But it was still like all 5 days a week. But it was nothing like a 12-hour day, 14-hour day. So it was kind of relaxing at that point to have the radio job. But yeah, I was your morning guy. So 770 WAIS. True Country 107.7 WSEO. Stuff like that. Yeah, you had to talk about country music, play country music. And I'm not big on current country, but I do like the old stuff. And it was really great working the AM station because we played our classic stuff in the mornings on there. Had some talk shows we did. I was the host of a program called Sell-a-thon, where people would call in and sell their junk, basically. Sell-a-thon, your chance to buy, sell, and trade. Yeah, it was just people would call in. They're trying to sell half their living room. You're telling them they're only allowed to do 2 items, 1 call per day, breaking all the rules. That they didn't care, but it was a fun gig. I was there for 2 years before I moved up here, and now I've been up here for about 10 years already, which is wild to think about. It's wild to think I've already been up in this area for a decade. I actually got a job offer at, you might know of them, Aaron, out there in Millersburg. What are they called? Crud, I'm already forgetting the call letters. Anyways, like the only radio station in Millersburg, Ohio. They do the Highland basketball games, Garaway basketball games, and football and stuff, I think, and all sorts of stuff. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I wanted to be a radio DJ. If you didn't know, you probably didn't know, obviously because I do these videos and I'm pretty talkative, but I was shy, man. I did not start talking to anybody until I was probably in college, and the only reason why I started opening myself up to people was because I was so shy growing up. I didn't say a word. My mom, if she's here, she can vouch for that. Yeah, she can vouch for that. I did not talk to anybody in school growing up. I was so quiet. And I told myself I wanted a job where I could talk, and I was forced to talk. And so when I was trying to figure out what to do, I found out about radio. And it made sense because at the time, one of my heroes was a talker in radio. And I mean, he'd been long dead, but Wolfman Jack was like a personal hero, and that Howard Stern was a hero because he was just this crazy radio DJ who didn't care and was just, WKLM. Yeah, they offered me a job. I actually went and interviewed with them. And they knew about my resume because I submitted it when I first came up here. This interview was probably like 2 years ago. And so that means they had like a hold of my resume for like 8 years. And I guess they weren't hiring. And they called me up one day and said, hey, I'll come in and interview. I went and interviewed. I cut an audio demo. This was before I even started doing, YouTube. So there was no hype from that or anything. And they offered me the job, but it was conflicting with my schedule because I worked 6 a.m. till 2:30 at my current job. They wanted somebody to come in and do midnights, voice tracking. Like sit there, and voice tracking is when you lay out the vocals for like the weather reports, the news reels at the time, or like you're like in between songs, but you're not actually in studio live. Radio is weird like that. They'll have a lot of satellite fed stuff nowadays, especially since it's a dying media. But basically they wanted me to come in at like midnight and voice track until 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm like, I can't do that. I said I can do right after my shift at Walnut Creek. And I can't quit my job there because it pays way more than what you're offering. And so I couldn't take the job. I would have loved to have been on radio again, and I still would do stuff. I even told them I would cut commercial spots via my house if they were interested, but they wanted somebody to work these late night spots. And I'm like, I'm not sacrificing sleep again when I don't really need to. But yeah, I got into radio because guys like Howard Stern, Wolfman Jack, and because I love professional wrestling. And so guys like Ric Flair, who are like the talkers of the business, and your Chris Jericho's, and I wanted to be a talker. And so I thought, well, I need to find something that lets me talk for a living and pays me to do it, and that would be great. And so now, with these tours, I'm getting to kind of live that out again. I get to public speak. I've gotten to speak at some of our company meetings, which is great because I'm the first non-management person to speak at some of our employee meetings, and that's been great. It's opened up some doors there. But yeah, I was shy, man. I was so shy. I did not like talking to anyone about anything. And if people talked to me, I was insanely introverted. And now it's funny because like my own wife can't even believe the fact that I was shy. Like I wouldn't be doing this right now if I was back in like high school. There's no way. And then I got to college and I just flipped it, man. Like just went for it. And now I'm probably more annoying than I am quiet. But yeah, radio is a cool job. But WKLM, I was gonna try. I was gonna try to work with them or for them. But yeah, they just wanted this voiceover tracks and stuff, and they wanted it done late at night. Like I could have came in and done the voice tracks at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and done all that for the entire day. And like I said, the guy offered me the job. I thought it was going to be cool. And then when he told me the time slot, I'm like, no way. And as much as I appreciate them wanting to try to be with like local talent and stuff, I wasn't going to get any sleep. And I do live in the area, but I don't live close enough to justify a late night like that, and then only getting like 3-4 hours of sleep on top of that. And they knew I wasn't quitting Walnut Creek. You know, you should have surprised me when you started radio. Yeah, yep. Also, when I got into radio at the time, or I should say when I started to go to college for it, I should have taken the red flag in my first day of broadcasting class because basically, what was I going to say? Basically, my professor told me, "Oh, you would have made more. You'll make more money if you went and just applied instead of coming to school here for it. So you're gonna have to think of something else to do after you get this degree." Like, oh crud. Well, I'm already paying a buttload of money to go to school. Maybe I'll find something else to do also with radio. No, did some live sound gigs and stuff on occasion. I also realized I'm sitting here blabbing about where I work now. I just doubted myself. That's all right, though. I think it was pretty much known at this point. A lot of people have been commenting on it. They figured me out. Plus, you guys already know where I work, but you're all cool. I think the last time I listened to terrestrial radio was probably Rock 107. Rock 107. Is that Worcester? Or is that Canton? Because I thought there was Rock 1069, which is funny because there was a girl that I dated in college. She later went on to work at the one in Canton for a little bit. So that was kind of funny. Like, just like, then I moved up here and got with my wife and didn't realize where Rock 1069 in Canton was. But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I don't even listen to the radio anymore, especially when you have like, I used to be a big vinyl collector, and I used to listen to just tons of records. I love shopping for records, for the record, and buying them and listening to them, reading the liner notes and stuff. You really like, you get to see who produces things and the stories and how this song was done this way and stuff. It's just fantastic way to just enjoy music. But anymore, it's such an easy thing to do on your phone. I can listen to it on the Alexa. I can listen to it. I can just literally tell my phone to start playing a song, and I'll have every song in the world right here on my smartphone. Don't even have to buy music anymore. I mean, I think we pay for the Apple Music. I guess that covers the cost to the artist. But yeah, I don't even listen to the radio anymore. I would like to do it for the simple fact that there's just this little bit in me that's like just like still pulls for radio, really wants to be a thing. But it is a dying media, as I mentioned, and so it is what it is. Canton 1069. They call themselves Rock 107. Oh, I didn't know that. I knew they were Rock. I knew they were 1069, but I didn't know they called themselves Rock 107. They got a guy on there now, the morning guy, named Stansberry, and he had a guy for a while. It was him and Fantone. And Fantone, he works for Mix 94.1 or whatever they're called now, 97.1, something like that in Canton, because he got let go from Rock 1069 or Rock 107, and basically took over as the morning guy for the competitor, which, I mean, if they're going to fire someone, might as well go get a job with the competitor. Makes sense. And they're both big corporate owned stations. That was the thing about mine, is we were locally owned, so that was kind of nice. Didn't have to deal with all the corporate big wig hoo-ha corporate junk of radio. But they got this guy now. They were a duo, and now Stansberry's by himself, and it'll get you turned off a radio because he just gets on these political soapboxes on a rock station. If you want to be a political talk radio host, go to a politically fused radio station, a talk radio station. But he'll just rant and rant. And I'm like, no way, you're gone. But I don't listen to the radio that much either. But when I do, I don't listen to them because it's supposed to be playing some music and having fun in the mornings, waking people up. Don't come at it with this political jargon crap unless you're a political radio host on a politically talk radio station. How many times did I say politics there? Oh, my dog is Snooze City right now. Oh, guys, jump in here some more. Oh, I'm just ranting and raving and doing a little one-man rant here of sorts and just talking about old stories and stuff. Get in here again, though. Interact. We've been at it for 66 minutes, guys. That's a whole hour of just me hanging with you. If you're not familiar with my content, I want you guys to go check it out. Got like 100 videos or more up. I mean, I'm just making them as fast as I can. Hanging out, though, tonight, guys, on the live. Make sure you're checking out the videos, though. Liking. If you do like them, give them a like. If you don't like them, I think there's a thumbs down button. Hit the thumbs down. You know, whatever. And then a comment. Even if you don't like it, I keep my comments completely uncensored. Because if you don't like it, say the worst stuff you can imagine. Oh, yeah. But anyway, hit the bell for notifications. Get you guys. That way you know when I have more videos out. And yeah, we'll have a good time. It's starting to get warmer. It's going to be time to go magnet fishing again if you haven't seen some of those videos. Got some more magnet fishing on the way. I listen to more podcasts in the last 10 years than music. I have been getting hooked on podcasts too. I mean, it's the new form of radio, like talk radio in a sense. And they're better. It's from people who, like 15 years ago, couldn't have gotten a job in radio with their idea because nobody wanted that stuff. And now it's giving, like YouTube here. I mean, I've created a platform, a vlogging platform that I like and that I'm doing and only want to continue to grow and step up. And do more cool, exciting things for you guys, with you guys in a sense, share those experiences. But I mean, like this is a great way. But podcasts are the same way. It's people who are just, they had an idea. And like I said, 15 years ago, they probably would have been laughed out of a radio station for it. But now there's just great audio content out there. And when I'm doing my most boring jobs at work, podcasts really get me through the day. That Time Stuck podcast you suggested is awesome. The episode I just hit one randomly. I was listening to a Jim Cornette podcast, which is about pro wrestling. He was reviewing WrestleMania and all that stuff. And then it went into Time Stuck. And he was talking about, the host was talking about basically like how we got to know certain phrases and words. And Saved by the Bell was one of them. And there was this story about how they put strings in caskets in case back in the early days when they didn't do autopsies and stuff. If they didn't know somebody was dead, they'd put a string that went through the casket, through the ground. And if someone was buried alive, they could ring the bell and it would let them people know to come dig them out. Like, what the heck is that? So I've been hooked on that one a lot lately. It's been exciting. And I'm just listening to older episodes and kind of just getting a feel for that. I'm listening to Theo Vaughn's podcast, comedy podcast. It's been really great. But yeah, I've listened to podcasts more than I do a lot of things at work anymore. Now, if the machinery is so loud, I need to get some new headphones for the record. But if the machinery is so loud, like a lot of the machines that we pack off stuff with, if it's so loud I can't hear the podcast host, then I'll switch to music. And I'll usually listen to some, I've been really hooked on like ska music. I'm really big into that. And I've also been listening to more thrash metal when I'm at work because it's just, heavier sounding, and it's like I can actually hear it. But you try to listen to something soft like a Fleetwood Mac or something, you're not going to hear it either. Three of yous back in the chat. Chime in, chime in. Who are these mysterious 3, 4, and 5 that have been coming in throughout the live here? Absolutely wild. What's absolutely wild? Oh, you're talking about the Time Stuck episode. Man, they were talking about what Saved by the Bell meant. He was talking about what bunny ears meant, like in pictures. Dude, I've never researched that and probably never would have, but I can tell you that there have been a million times growing up that where I went and stuck bunny ears behind someone in a photo or had it done to me, and to hear what that really meant? Oh, no. If you didn't hear that episode, Aaron, find it, go back. I mean, it was a wild one. They were talking about all sorts of phrases we've come to know. And I don't know, dude who hosts that show, Dan Cummins, I mean, great researcher to find all that interesting information. And I don't think he's making it up, because if he's making that kind of stuff up, then wow, that's a great brain. Great brain. That episode was wild because they talked about how, like, yeah, definitely a metal fan. Oh, yeah? Who are some of your favorite bands? Like, I grew up with a lot of metalhead friends. They were listening to, like, Slipknot's first album, Slayer. I'm not a big Slayer fan, though. I could care less. But I drifted over to punk music. So started with like pop punk bands, your Green Days, your Blink 182s, but then I started digging deep the research and researching punk rock history, and then that's where I found like my favorite bands, the Ramones. Then you got bands like the Sex Pistols, of course, the cliche, sounding ones, Clash, Dead Kennedys, all the staples that people know, Black Flag. And then you got, like your Fugazis, which is an offshoot of Minor Threat. And then I started drifting over into ska music, which is, if you're not familiar with it, is like, it was around before reggae. And it was a Jamaican style of music that came around before reggae in the dance halls of Jamaica. And then over time, people immigrated from Jamaica to London. And then it became the two-tone era of ska, which was like a bunch of dudes who were listening to the old Jamaican records and then putting the British spin on it. And then, of course, the third wave of ska came to America, and then these are bands like Less Than Jake, Mighty Mighty Boss Stones, Streetlight Manifesto, the Pie Tasters, the Toasters, things like that. Real Big Fish, and then they've got this more punkish mixture. So you had this punkish sound to the ska when it reached America, and I love the stuff. But as far as metal goes, I'm really in the Parkway Drive right now. I think I had them in a video one time where it was just started playing in my car. Freaking, that band releases battle anthems. Municipal Waste, they're really good one to listen to when you're at work and the machines are loud. I'm just for laughs, like at Andrew WK, Steel Panther, make you laugh a little bit while you're working. Then hair metal bands. I love old hair metal music. So you got Skid Row, Motley Crue, Quiet Riot. I can go on and on. I'm just, I want to hear what you like. What are the bands that you like? Tell me about it. We'll talk about that too. Tell you a fun band you need to go see if you never have, as far as metal goes. You go to see the band Gwar. They put on a heck of a performance. Heck of a performance live. I wonder if I just sit here in complete silence with that third person that's sitting here watching me. Will they finally speak up and say, "What is this garbage?" Acid Bath GWAR, Falling in Reverse, Electric Cowboy. Falling in Reverse, I remember them. Or I'm sure they're still around. I remember when they came out. Haven't heard the other ones though. Oh, besides GWAR, of course. GWAR puts on such a good show live. They're so fun. It's offensive. It's violent. But it's theater. It's awesome. It's drama. I love it, and it's just another way for the arts. Municipal Waste are so good, man. I saw them open for GWAR. That's how I discovered them. And the dude was boogie boarding across the crowd, and we were in the pit. It was such a good time. And then GWAR came out, and of course their theater show. They're like I said, their theatrics and what they do. They're killing people. At that point in time when I saw them, the president was George W. Yeah. Or did we switch over yet? Seen GWAR twice. Heck yeah, man. Oh, they put on such a good thing. They were like killing everybody in this thing and on this show. And then they fed us to Gorgor, the giant dinosaur. And that was awesome. I was extremely happy. And I was wearing all white on purpose because I wanted my clothes to be covered in that fake blood that they have. That was an interesting show, but that's artistic to me. And I mean, that's right up there with Broadway theater. Speaking of which, my wife and I are going to see Hamilton here in the summer. I'm looking forward to that as well. That's right, I can go see GWAR one night, Broadway show later in the summer. I'm a classy guy. What can I say? I respect all the arts. But I'm looking forward to that. But GWAR is such a good band live. Even if you don't like metal music, just go for the just for the experience of seeing a very very organized theatric type of show. It's a gimmick, but it's cool. It's really cool. What's going on? I'm about to have to get another water. Oh, I'm sorry the Mrs. Aaron has to miss out on the live. Give her a shout out though. Maybe you can play this for her when it uploads. Hi, Aaron's wife. How's it going? Thanks for watching the videos with you and the littles. Mom, as always, thanks for watching. Definitely seen Gorgor and the Dope Pope. Okay, well then, see, when I saw them, they had Gorgor and they had the Pope, but the Pope, it was that guy that was the Pope that was like the former Nazi or something. Like he had a German Nazi history. I don't know all of that, like, you know, the full story, but he was like elected to be Pope and he supposedly was a Nazi. And when he came out on stage, he was wearing a red Pope uniform. Then he opens up the robe and on the inside of it was like a Nazi flag. And I'm thinking like, whoa, like they're going for everybody. And like they killed him. And I think, like I said, George W. Bush was president, I think. No, this would have been college for me. And, well, no, my first election was between John Kerry and George Bush that I voted in. So that was college. So yeah, it would have been George W. They killed him off. Hoping my channel doesn't get flagged for saying things like that, because that's not what I mean. If anybody from YouTube is watching, I'm watching or their software, you know, something. I'm only talking about GWAR, the band, and the theatrics that they do. There's been no harm of anybody or any person or anyone on this channel or referencing to it. There's my disclaimer for the day. But I saw them. They took out everybody. And then Gorgor came out. Where did you see them at? Because now I'm really curious to know what venues, because if there was the weirdest chance that we were at the same show, that'd be hilarious, because I saw them at the Newport Music Hall in Columbus, Ohio. And Municipal Waste was an opening band for them, and it was friggin' awesome. I'm going to grab my tripod here and just lean back a little bit because my back is starting to hurt sitting up. But yeah, I'm curious to know, Aaron, where you saw them at, because that's cool. I saw Guar once, just once. It was in Columbus. Oof, you don't realize how bad your back hurts until you get seated in a more comfortable way. I think I might even, yeah, like, there we go. So I can lean a little better. Four of you out there, though. Who are my mystery people? I seen them at the Agora. Okay. Both times? The Agora is a sweet venue. I've only been there once, so was I there twice? No, I was there once. I saw the headliner was Danzig, and the opening bands in someplace in Cincinnati, probably in 02. Okay. Probably would have been like Bogarts or something in Cincinnati. It's a pretty popular place. I went to the Agora, though, and saw Danzig, and then they had some death metal band I don't really care for called Eyes of Fire open up, and then after them, Trivium. And Trivium, that was the first time I'd ever heard Trivium, and Trivium was awesome. Just an awesome band, awesome experience. And I talked to their singer afterwards, and at that time I was doing the college radio station thing and was asking about how I could go about playing their music on the air, because there were rules with the FCC that things had to be done with a ASCAP and BMI, and like that was just kind of like the agencies that had to be, your music could only come from certain agencies like that, like copyrighted stuff, and they were covered, so we were good. Got their CD at the time. Oh, it must have just been my shadow. Got their CD at the time and had a great time seeing them, and they honestly, I thought they were better than Danzig. Oh, man. Sitting up for that long. Oof, I'm an old man, you guys. Bogarts. Yep, that's a really popular place. My buddy Adam lives in Cincinnati now, and he's always down at Bogarts. That guy, I can't drop a link into the live of, I can't drop a link into this live, but he has a channel where he does some of the best concert footage you can imagine. He throws it up on YouTube, but there's a video, the old video of the Honda shop. I make reference to him in my video, and I might have put the link to his channel in that description. I can't remember, but I'll have to do that sometime if I haven't, because his channel's awesome. It's just concert footage, and I think he goes to more concerts than he does Breathe Air. I mean, he is a concert guy, and he's a good buddy of mine. He lives down there, and Bogarts is always a stop on his list for sure. Back in 02, you're a little older than me then, I guess, because I didn't even graduate high school until 03, and I know the concerts I were seeing were only going to be Columbus based at that time, unless you're just lucky kid that got to travel more. But seeing Guar back in 02, my mom might not have let that one happen. Let's ask her. Mom, would you have let me see Guar in high school? Why don't you go Google who Guar is first, Mom, and then watch some of their videos, then tell me. They're wild. I first heard of them on Beavis and Butthead back on MTV, and that was the best. And I wasn't supposed to watch that show as a kid, but I would sneak down to my friend Chris's house, and we would watch it while his grandma was not paying attention. It was awesome. Luckily, I'm 39 years old, and so when my mom hears the story, she can't control that, because I'm an old man now. Coming in on 84 minutes, 35 seconds with the live guys, and we have 4 people in this chat. I'm doing a whole lot of sitting. I'm doing a whole lot of talking, What I need from you guys is to chime in more, especially you folks who are not contributing. You graduated in '02. Okay, I graduated in '03, so you're like a year older than me. That's cool. And I lived in Columbus at that time, so my concerts were locally based in Columbus because I had just moved to Columbus around '02. I was a junior. Man. We're a couple old guys, dude. We are a couple old guys. I'm sitting here. No, I would not. Same, Beavis and Butthead. Yep, Mom says no, she would not let me go to Guar back in the day. Same, Beavis and Butthead. Yes, I freaking love that show, man. I mean, the first episode I saw was when they washed the dog in the washing machine, and I'm looking at my little doggy sleeping, and I'm thinking, nope. Now that I'm a pending 40-year-old, I could never see anyone doing that to my little pupper guy. But yeah, washing the dog episode, and then freaking, I remember the video for Guar I first saw to this day, Sadama Go-Go, and I was like, what is this? And that was also the first time, Beavis and Butthead was also the first time I had saw the video for Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana, and it terrified me. The video had the little girl in the white, like, outfit. Like, I don't know if it was to mimic, like, a Clans thing or whatever. She's wearing, like, the hood and the dress, and she's in this flower field. Terrified me. I have no idea why. Now Nirvana is one of my favorite bands. You know? But as a kid, I was terrified of that video for Heart Shaped Box. I think it was Heart Shaped Box, yeah. And the lyrics, too. Like, Kurt Cobain, man. He was writing some stuff, man. But Beavis and Butthead is where I first heard them. I think it's the first time I heard a lot of bands through Beavis and Butthead. Mike Judge, man, coming through. Supposed to be for the older kids, but we were sneaking around as the youngsters. The quality of this video on my TV looks pretty good, so I'm happy about that. It's not grainy and stuff, which I was worried about it being. What time is it? I don't know if I can look and see on my phone since I'm doing it live. Alexa, what time is it? 7:03. Wow. Messing with my chat thing to make sure I got all the messages that were supposed to come through. Some messages, such as potential spam, may not be visible. No way. Okay. All messages are visible. I was going to say, I hope I haven't been missing out on freaking chats from the mysterious people who aren't talking. Because if they're sending hate messages, they still want those. You know? Can't remember if that's where I first seen Tool. Stinkfist vid was wild back in the day. I think the band Tool is one of the most overrated bands I've ever heard. They are so lousy, and I don't care. If you like them, you do you. But Tool is so lousy. I can't stand Maynard. I can't stand how they sound, but they have a cult-like fan base like no other. Ugh, their music is just horrible. Perfect Circle sucks. And I just can't get into them. But I did see the video for, I thought it was Schism on Beavis and Butthead. Dude, no. Not No. Horrible, terrifying video. Like, not only was the song just kind of boring to me, but the video is weird. And as a kid, like I said, sneaking 2 houses down to watch Beavis and Butthead, and that comes on. Like, I'm happy about being exposed to that now because the world is crazy place, more crazier than what it is then. But was then, but I'm like, heck no. Heck no. Ugh. Get a pillow under here. Get this going right. But no, I do not like the band Tool. I've not gotten into them. I've tried. I don't see why they have such an appeal with people, but do not like them at all. Perfect Circle, Maynard, James Keenan, whatever his name is, just not a fan. Oh, I put this pillow behind my head. If I fall asleep, Maynard is a jerk, but I do like Tool. See, I don't like their music at all either. Like, I don't know if he could be a jerk, but so is Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and I do like some certain Megadeth albums. Peace Cells and Rust, not Rust. Maybe it was Rust. Peace Cells is a good one, but he's a jerk too. Moral of the story is Dave Mustaine's kind of a jerk too. Him, Axl Rose, all these guys have a really bad case of lead singer syndrome. As I say, this pillow might make me fall asleep. That'll be a good, interesting live. I dropped my phone. All you guys could see is the popcorn ceiling of our house here that we rent. Just a popcorn ceiling. Which don't get me started on that. If I have a future home of my own, which I'm not, I don't know anymore. I'd rather have just an RV and chill in it full time. But homes with popcorn ceilings, I don't get it. I don't know why these were popular. I don't get why putting linoleum over original hardwood floors was a thing. We don't have that, luckily. And then I just don't get the popcorn ceiling thing. Like, it's just not appealing. The more I look at it, and I'm looking at it right now on the live. Huh. Let's go. I wonder if there's a way to share this. There is. I want to share this. I don't know if did you guys just go away? I just shared this to my Facebook to get more people in the chat. But I don't know if I went away for a second. I guess I'll watch my delay and see what happens. Do I go away? Well, well, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. It's just been a pretty chill Saturday at home. No plans. I wanted to do a live anyway. Aaron, awesome that you came to hang out as well. I'm glad you're hanging in for the long haul too. I hope I'm providing you with enough discussion to get you entertained. That way, while you're doing stuff with your kids and your ladies at work. My house has popcorn ceilings, but I don't know what to do about it. Can you sand that? I don't know. Can you sand that down to make it not popcorn? I don't know. I'm not a home repair guy. I'm not Chip and Joanna Gaines. I'm just saying, like, maybe if I took like a sander and just sanded it down smooth, painted over it or something. I'm just not wild about how it looks. And it's never just been a thing for me. I don't know. I just don't get why people were like, "Oh, let's just rough it up a little bit." Call it popcorn. But as I was saying, hoping I'm giving you a little entertainment on your Saturday, chilling, talking it out, just enjoying the night along while you're taking care of your littles. Mom, I know I'm entertaining you because you would sit and listen to me talk about paint dry. Who is these mystery people that won't contribute is my question. You guys just like the voyeur. You like to look. I guess this is as good a time as any since you guys are hanging out and it sounds incredibly messy. Yeah, sanding things down would be pretty messy, but maybe get like a sander with a bag attachment if that even exists. And if not, well, then I just made you a millionaire because I gave you the idea. Give me 10%, we'll call it a day. But this is a good time as any too, since there's a few of you here. If you have watched my content, drop and let me know what else you watch. Like, let me know who you're watching, who you're commenting on, things like that, because I'm always in the realm of looking for more YouTubers to watch, because I probably watch more YouTube than I do Netflix or Hulu or TV, anything anymore, because there's so many great content creators out there. Funny thing is I noticed that I'm live. It just kind of dawned on me. I'm live and I can see your comments on my phone, but they don't pop up on the TV. So that's interesting. So if people go back and watch this live on their television later, they're just going to hear me talking and responding, and there's not going to be anybody talking other than myself. So it's going to make me look like a real weirdo, possibly, if they don't know how that works. I think we're going to take this up to about the 100-minute mark. And we might end it. I'm getting pretty tired. We'll see. Right now I'm at 97 minutes. 97 minutes for the live. Almost a 2-hour mark eventually. I watch Bob Does Sports because I like golf. I don't know who Bob Does Sports, but I'll look him up after the live. I like golf. I mean, I didn't know. Is it like specifically a golf channel, I'm assuming? And yeah. Let's go hit some. Let's go hit the driving range. Let's go knock a few out there. Can't guarantee I'll actually hit any. Only time I've been is with my uncle, and I'm left-handed, so I had to get a left-handed driver, and I went ahead and grabbed a right-handed one too. Can't do nothing with my right hand, so don't expect that. But man, I was knocking it around and here and there, but not as much as not so much as I wanted to, I guess. I'm trying to figure out the right words here. I'd like to go to that Top Golf place, though. It looks kind of cool, and it looks like a fun experience. But again, I couldn't hit nothing at a regular driving range, so I'm not sure I'll be able to hit them at Top Golf either. That does give me a good idea for a video, though. Not only videos of just like going to the driving range and making a fool of myself, but and sharing my experiences with you that way. But maybe, just maybe, we could pull off a video about hanging out with a subscriber and hitting some golf balls. I hung out with a subscriber and played horrible golf. I got beat by a subscriber at golf, if you're game, because that's really what the outcome would be. That would be a pretty funny video because I would literally look so bad on it. But getting people to participate in videos harder than you would think. I had a short-lived podcast. Speaking of podcasts from earlier, it was a Christian-based podcast, and I couldn't even get more than 10 episodes because it was hard to find guests that were willing to talk on camera, or not camera, on a microphone, let alone people being on camera for a video. So yeah, but I'd be willing to do more subscriber meetups, and I think that would be a good way to segue this channel into the future. Would be fun to go out and do experiences with people on their days off. For the most part, Golf Channel, I'd hit up the driving range with you. Sugar Creek has one. Love Top Golf too. See, I've never been to Top Golf. It looks fun. It really does. Yeah, we could set that up though, man. We should set that up. I don't know. I mean, got to wait for a good day when it's not raining for sure. But I'm down with that. And as long as you don't mind me making a video around it, because I'd want to make video of me playing horrible golf, because I'm sure people would click on that a little bit here and there. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, this idea I've had for a little while, but I'm thinking of more of it right now. The second is I think it'd be great to get more people involved on the channel to segue the day off into, since I like people engagement, since I like to communicate, it'd be great to be able to share experiences with people on their days off. And that would be like the segue from the day off, showing you guys my experiences to coming along with me now at work and stuff like that. I think it would be great to just go out into the, and take this channel into the future by meeting up with subscribers and just randoms and getting to know them, their life story a little bit, or what they want to share, and then participating in an activity that they like to do on their days off. It'd be great because it would just promote human engagement. It would promote this idea of hanging out and connecting. And I think it would just be more fun. And it doesn't all have to be just me on camera. That's the best part. Because I would like to step into showcasing other people's dreams and hopes and fun things that they like to do too, and just and learn a lot about their livelihoods. But again, it's a lot harder to get people to appear on camera, I'm learning, than it is even with that podcast, because I at least made 10 episodes of my podcast. If you want to hear it, it's still out there in the world. It was called Around the Pulpit. It was a Christian-based podcast. I just interviewed people who were doing different things for the kingdom of God, and they were out there, and I thought it was interesting to showcase how they were helping grow that kingdom. Because I'm a Bible believer myself, even though, I listen to Gwar and I listen to metal. God created all that stuff. And there are going to be people who tell you, you can't do this, you can't listen to that. Definitely up for it. Okay, we'll try to set that up. That works. But there are going to be Christian people who tell you, you can't do that and still be a Christian. I'm going to have fun. God created everything. And as long as you don't take Gwar music as serious, like killing people, it's not right, obviously. For theatrics, it's a show. It's a show. It's entertainment. It's like turning on pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling, but I know that it's scripted. It's just entertainment, and there are going to be people who say, you can't do this sort of stuff, but whatever. I'll have my relationship with God, and I think that'll be great. But I did a podcast where I talked to people who were doing things to help grow the kingdom of God. It was short-lived, 10 episodes, but it was just so hard to get people to do that. So I feel like getting people to be on camera is being even harder, because I've pitched this idea on my private Facebook and stuff like that, and it hasn't gotten any bites. But I've definitely set up a day where we could go knock the balls around. That sounded so weird. Knock golf balls around at the driving range. Oh my gosh. Do you have I don't know if you have Instagram, Aaron, or if your wife does, but you guys need, if you do, either one of you do, hit me up on that day off JB. I put it in the description of a lot of my videos now. Hit me up and we can schedule a time to go do that. That'd be awesome. Because because otherwise we could just comment. I guess we could do comments back and forth on videos, and then if more people just randomly show up from the comments, that'd be hilarious too. Have an impromptu meetup. Well, now we're at 105 minutes, not 120 like that old MTV show. 120 minutes. I think I'm going to end the live here soon, though, guys. Definitely heard great Christian metal bands at the Alive Festival. When I first moved up here, I worked at the Atwood Lake Resort, and that was my first job when I first moved up here. And the Alive Festival, never got to go to, and I know it still goes on. But I went to school with a kid who lives around this area down at Hockey, and he told me he got his ribs broken in a mosh pit at a Christian music festival, and I didn't know what he was talking about. And then when I moved up here, I learned about it. But yeah, they got some cool bands that perform there, heavy type of stuff. And I've just never gotten to go. Plus, every time it came around out there at the lake, it always rained. Not a meta fan. Not a meta fan. Oh, well, so you don't do Facebook or none of it, huh? Wow. So no TikTok, no feta. I like feta cheese. No Facebook, no Instagram, no none of that stuff, huh? You're a trooper then, man. You're old school, because even Mom, who's out there watching, she's got Facebook. She posts on it. And that's funny, though. No Instagram, no none of that. Well, there's a will, there's a way. We'll just get into the comments. And then the more you comment, the more it helps boost my algorithm. So it's a win-win. And then if more people in the comments see it and they just show up, that'd be something. Go golfing. As I was saying, guys, I think I'm going to get ready to end the live. I'm getting kind of like sitting around too much tired, if you know what I mean. And my dog is making the nap thing look too good. And so I think I'm going to get up, be a little active, probably get some food now. I'm thinking it might be dinner time. My wife's out enjoying friend time and dinner, so I'm on my own. Thinking I might go grab some carrots and some vegetable dip that we have in the fridge. Something kind of light. Trying to be healthy. New Orleans is going to be a food fest. You guys are going to have to get ready for that. I've already got a plan to go to a few places. Never went to Atwood, went at Clay's Park. Played Frisbee with Reliant K. Oh, okay, so I guess the festival was somewhere else. I didn't know that. I always thought it was at Atwood. What's that thing? The more you know. Do. Yeah, I did not know that. Reliant K's Canton. They were a Canton band too, so that's cool. I think their former drummer drums at like a local church around here now. And so yeah, Reliant K, pop punk, awesome band. And bands like that I thought were great because they could segue into some like mainstream bands too. Them and like Under Oath. And I'm definitely bring Arlen along. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, man. He was a good dude. I was very pleased to meet you guys both. I mean, that was so cool, and to find out he also watched the channel or whatever, watched him with videos with you, and I think that's great. And I'm not gonna lie, I've noticed that he's an Amish dude. I bet he knows like people I work with, because I've noticed that all these Amish people know someone. It's like mob connection. It's like they just know so many people. And when I give tours for the schools and even the customers that come in from out of state, they know people in our production facility. It is wild. They're waving to people. They're walking up to people like they know. And I'm like, how do you know them if you live in Indiana, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin? It's just, I mean, I know people, but dang, I don't know people like just walk into a random production facility and just know people working. Yeah, bring Arlen. Does he golf? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's try to get that scheduled up. I'm getting ready, like I said, I'm getting ready to go to New Orleans though, so I'm going to be gone the 11th through the 14th. So that ain't gonna work for sure. I'm gonna be down there. And like I said, that's going to be a food fest. I am going to be eating red beans and rice. I'm going to have a shrimp po' boy. I'm going to eat raw oysters. Like, I am looking forward to raw oysters. I love them. I'm going to not get crazy in the party. I'm not drinking. Had my holy moly experiences with you guys, and just the heartburn and the headaches, not for me anymore. So I'm going to drink a few mocktails, maybe, just because I know a lot of these New Orleans bars want a one drink minimum. So I might just have like a fancy mocktail, or one beer at most, and then enjoy some live music. That's part of my plan. But riding streetcars in between doing stuff like that and going to museums, I'm going to be eating not healthy by any means, probably. I want some crawfish etouffee and everything. 100% he would. He lives half a mile from where you work. That's cool. Yep. When I bumped into you guys at Speedway that morning, and I was so confused on who you guys were because you look nothing like your profile picture. I was wearing my company hoodie and thinking, "Oh crud!" Like, I was trying to maintain this level of privacy for work, but I'm realizing that it doesn't matter. Like that, and he's a big golfer. Nice. I'm also realizing that like everybody's pretty respectful locally if you're of the local subs. Like nobody's banging on the door at my work. And so as long as that didn't become an issue, I don't care. Like people know where I work. It's like to a point now where it's like it don't matter. And plus people aren't up that live across the world aren't going to travel here just to say hi to me. They might go do that for Mr. Beast, but they're not doing that for me. Or Jake Paul or something. Those Ohioans who are making it happen like that, then maybe people might flock to them. Good choice on the oysters. Yep, I worked at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. First time I ever had an oyster, and the oysters we were shucking them, and I told them, I never had one of these. And they're like, what? We stopped working. They got a plate ready. They were from New Orleans, which is another reason why I can't wait to go down there and have some. They dressed them up with Tabasco, lemon, and sea salt. I never looked back. I slurp those guys down, and that's the way I eat them anytime I get the chance to, which is rare. So I'm looking forward to going down there and eating a dozen or two. Like I'm going to slurp those bad boys down. It's on. But as I'm saying, yeah, like you guys are pretty respectful. You're not going to come knock on my work store. But that day I was wearing the hoodie, and you're like, "Oh, I'm here," and I'm like, "Well, you guys know where where I'm headed to." Oh, that was a big day though, and I just blurted out on this live where I work. So, but there's only been a max of 5 of you who have been here, and I at least know 2 to 3 of you, and so it's not a big deal. Basically, is what I'm saying. But that'd be cool. I didn't know he was a big golfer though. That's awesome. I'd like to talk more to Arlen. He was a nice guy. So the more the merrier. Like I said though, you're gonna make fun of me though while I'm sitting there trying to make a video and not even hitting balls correctly. Watch it be like the luckiest day, and like I'm hitting balls to the driving range, like I'm Happy Gilmore, like John Dalying it up like hardcore. It's funny, just the thought of it. I will say this since you're in here, Aaron, we give tours to local schools, and we give them to our customer base. But if local businesses, wink, wink, want tours, all you have to do is contact our company's customer service department, and they'll patch you through to me because I organize the tours. So if you and your crew ever want to come in for a tour, I'll set it up. And I figure this is a good time as any to mention that. It gives you guys a free day to come do like a team building, use the excuse as a team building exercise or team building thing. Because that's what a lot of local businesses around us out there do. They'll bring their whole staff in, and then we open up the tours for local businesses. That's a loophole. And then we also have church groups, and basically if you know a team member who works for us, that could also be your in. But since you're a locally based company, you are more than welcome to contact our customer service department, and they would just tell them you need to talk to tour coordinator John, and they would know who that is, and they would get you through to my email and my phone line at work, and we could get you guys in there. Just saying, I know you guys are good. You're a local company, and it could be fun. At least give you an hour or two to see what another local business does. That's for sure. Just a thought. If you're too busy, I get it, because you were in the concrete business, and I have no idea what that entails, but I see a lot of concrete out there, so I imagine it's pretty busy. And for anybody out there who's watching this, and that would be awesome to tour the place. Yeah, we do have, like I said, it's mostly for our customer base and schools, but we do open it up for local businesses to tour as well. We'll give you a full tour of the production. We can even offer a distribution. It's a really cool thing that we do that. And then, like I said, the other loopholes would be church groups, and if you know a team member, like somebody who currently works on our staff, then you can get in that way too. But you guys are local business, so you can't go wrong. And if there's anybody else that's not chiming in on the chat, because there's 5 of you right now showing, and you're a local, and you want to try to sneak in there as well, and you've picked up and figured out where I work, I'll give you a tour too. Why not? I'm just not going to blurt it out, because I got to try to maintain a little privacy. But some people have been smart and figured it out pretty good. And also, I think I've given free plugs to where I work in various ways in my videos, because that's job security. So, you got to keep plugging the business. It's funny. I've got to get a beard trim. I got to trim up the beard and mustache. It's looking very hillbilly right now. I'm at 117 minutes, guys. We're going to take this to 120 minutes, and then I'm going to sayonara for the day. We're at 117 officially. We'll do the 120, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. So get in some final questions, unless you start bombarding me with questions. If now is your time to chime in, hit the questions, hit the discussion points. Let's talk about stuff. But otherwise, you got about 2.5 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to end the stream. For some reason, 120 minutes does sound like a good stopping point. And then I'll start being more active around my house before I get fully settled in for the night. So jump in here, guys. There's a few of you who have not. My mustache is getting everywhere. But there's a few of you guys who have not contributed to the chat. Jump in real quick. Now's your time to shine. Y'all going silent on me. We're going to sit here for 2 minutes in silent, aren't we? What it'll be is it'll be down to the last minute, and then someone's going to say, "You're stupid," and then log out. The kids like totally annihilate and roast me right before I end the live. Like I'll be reaching up here for the button, and they're just going to be like, "You stupid." Like I can't wait. It's going to be epic to just get annihilated by an internet troll. But big shout out, guys, for everybody, Mom, for contributing to the discussion, hanging out with me. I knew you would. I knew you'd see that I was on. Come hang out with me. Aaron, big support. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me as well. Always a pleasure talking to you guys. Didn't see Bob in here tonight, but that's all right. He chimes in on the regular videos. For these mystery people who have been in and out, thanks for coming in at least and sitting here as I talk about randomness and randomness and randomness. But yeah, shout out to Aaron, shout out to Mom, shout out to Aaron's wife who's at work right now. Get through that work day, let them show you this video. Hello to you and to the littles, Aaron's little 4-year-olds. Grow up slow, enjoy your child life, and respect your mom and dad. They're working hard for you so those corn dogs and cookies can keep flowing, keep filling your belly. But otherwise, guys, check out the videos, check out the content. We are 30 seconds out. I'm going to jump off of here, though, but make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit the bell for notifications. And also, if you do have Instagram, I have an Instagram page. It's very small and I'm not so great at always updating it, but it's the Day Off JB at Instagram. Find it, follow. It's in the link of some of the videos here. We'll catch you guys on the next one.